This Vaka's Corner episode has been brought to you by Kava Crave. If you're looking for something, an alternative to alcohol, to knock off the edge but give you all the vibes, well, try Kava Crave today. With its centuries and indigenous history of the Kava root has been brought to the convenience in your own home. Try Kava Crave today. Order online at kavacrave.com. Also, Kava Crave comes in Kava candies. If you're not into the powder form or the drink, try Kava Crave in candy form. Orange Passion Guava. Go to kavacrave.com and order today. Back to the episode. 2, 3. All right, man. That's fitting, man. Just like in Tongan Fijian culture, even in Micronesian culture, we'll start this with kava, right? So let's get a cup. You ready? 3. All right. My man Dylan's here too, so we'll share with him. Yeah, you guys call it sakao, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I drank both.
Really?
So
I'll serve you.
So we have our own version of it.
Well.
And then I've had this one when I was in Washington.
Oh, you had it before?
Yeah.
All right, cool. At a kava club or?
Nah, it was at a function.
I gotta let my man Dylan get a cup. You ready, Dylan? You want a cup too?
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah. We'll start the episode just to open the episode. I mean, this is just how we do it, really.
Oh, I like the vibe.
Island culture, right? We use the
know.
kava to talk a little bit about it. All right. Tongan, Samoan, whatever, Manawia, right? Whatever, how we say it, right? So to start the episode good. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's good. What do you think? The kava's great, man. I like to start the episode. The kava is just some way to open up conversation, just like in old times, right? Yeah. So we'll start the episode on the right track today. All right, here we go. All right, welcome back to Vaka's Corner Podcast. We are in the building at KC Podcast Company, home of Vaka's Corner Podcast. Man, shout out to our man Dylan on the ones and twos. And we are back here with another episode with our special guest today. And man, not anybody just comes on the Vaka's Corner Podcast, but we have a special guest, my man, all the way from the deep south, right? The deep south of where we're at, right, in KC. But my man XOREXII, man. XOREXII Tattoos. Welcome to the pod, my man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. Just having the opportunity to speak on the podcast, getting some reps in. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, but introduce yourself a little bit, man. XOREXII, where you from?
I'm from Bombay, Micronesia.
Okay.
But I grew out in the States. I grew up in North Carolina.
Okay.
Down in Charlotte. Home of
the dirty South, right?
Dirty South, home of the Carolina Panthers.
Are you a Panthers fan?
I am. I'm a diehard Panthers fan.
Nice.
Even if we lose, we still winning in my heart. But
right.
But I grew up in North Carolina. I used to live in Georgia. Man, actually, I bounce a lot of places, like North Carolina is where I...
Right. So you're from the dirty South. Right on. Man, I'm on all my Micronesian fixes, but this is our family, man. My Micronesian family, right? So that's why I brought XOREXII on. I appreciate you coming on. You have a story, my man. And I think that like a lot of youngsters and content creating and entrepreneurship, business owners, they need, it's good to hear that. And so you were North Cackalack, huh? North Carolina?
Dirty South, y'all.
Yo, right on. Right. So you Ponape, right? And man, a lot of you don't know Micronesia. Like, there's a lot of different islands, right? So you Chuuk,
Yap, Gushrai.
Right.
You also got Guam, Marshallese Islands. You have
so Marshallese is part of the Micronesian community too, right?
It is Micronesian, but they're separated.
Right.
I'm not the best one to explain it, but
right.
It's not the same. Kind of the same.
No, for sure.
Does that make sense?
No, for sure. Man, shout out to all my Micronesian family, man. Yeah. A lot of my colleagues are, Micronesian, and I had to actually do some study and homework, man, on my Micronesian family.
Yep.
But, man, I got it in my blood too, man. You know what I'm saying? So, now, we started the pod on a good note, with the kava, right? And we were talking a little bit, just the significance of the kava. And it's just because you guys are in Micronesia, that part of the Pacific, and we're in Polynesia, our cultures, it's interesting to see how close Polynesia and Micronesia are aligned, right? One thing I learned about the Ponapean culture is how significant the kava is, right? And so as like as it is in the Tongan culture. And so there's been some negative feedback with the kava lately, right? And you probably see some of it on social media. But one thing I like about both of our cultures and how we align kava is it becomes a significance of like communal unity, bringing our families together. I even learned in Pohnpeian culture, like the kava is used for bartering and trading, even up to like death, asking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was telling me about that, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, what's some of your like experiences with kava in the culture?
Kava or sakal it's very, very important, especially in Pohnpeian culture.
Right.
The only reason why I say that is because a lot of things is like there's a lot of standards.
Right.
And especially with the kava or the sakal.
Right.
You can't just hand it over to a person a certain way. There's and the way we drink out the cup.
Right.
We actually share a cup.
Right.
One cup passes around.
Oh, okay.
The whole, so
right.
Everyone drinks out that same cup. Will pass it. But it's a lot of respect how we drink it, and especially like if you make a spill.
Right.
That's kind of. It's a big no-no.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
So there's logistics to it, right?
Yeah. There's big logistics.
And structure.
There's rules,
to it,
structures.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hierarchy.
Even in the Tongan culture too, like maybe not so much of that at certain points, but there is like proper etiquette in kava, right? Sometimes we'll have a female servant in a traditional kava circle. But yeah, just like you guys, there's a lot of alignment of like maybe then how it aligns with the Tongan culture with family and respect. We use it with in ceremonial purposes, kind of just like you guys, weddings, funerals, stuff like that. So, kava's become very commercialized. We've used it in a social circle now too. There might be some negative things that come of it, but at the end of the day, man, it can be a beautiful thing. And it can numb your tongue too, right? So
I've seen kava flavor. I've never had it before.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I never crossed that area.
I know. Some people are just like, man, don't touch it or mess with it because, it's the root of it is what it's about. Yeah. And, when we introduce it to other cultures, they think it's the coolest thing. But even in I saw something out there with The Rock, man. I don't know if you saw that, but
I did.
Content creator Javier 676.
Yeah, I did.
I said that's a cool little deal, man.
Yeah,
have kava with The Rock or whatever, and but it's exposing the kava and what it's for and what we use it for in Pacifica. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Hey man, enough of that about that, man. But let's talk about you, Rexy.
Let's get to it.
Brought you on this pod, man, because you are super. I've been following you. We've been on the DMs back and forth, right? You're down in Arkansas right now, right?
I am.
You're established down there. We'll speak on that a little bit. You've been traveling, right? You're a tattoo artist.
I am traveling.
How long have you been tattooing?
So this year would be like I'm going to year 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, year 4. License would be like 2 years. 2 years license.
Right.
But
how'd you start? How'd you get into the whole thing?
Man, I've always been introduced to like tattoos. Even growing up, I was surrounded with like my uncles, cousins doing tattoos, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to get into tattoos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was too much work.
Right.
I thought it was too much work, so I tried to avoid it. Right. Several times, tattoo just kept popping in front of me.
Right. Coming back to you.
Kept coming back to me. Coming back to me. Yeah, it was a journey, but it kept popping up.
Right. And you just stayed consistent with it, huh?
Consistent is everything.
Right. And I've seen some of your work, man. I mean, you start to grow and one piece of art that you've done has gone to another piece of art, and you're doing all kinds of female pieces, forearms, sleeves, all kinds of stuff, right? That journey of just tattooing, you've made it pretty much your business now, right? And you're based out in Arkansas right now?
100%, yeah.
Right, and you got a little shop down there, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Now, were you? I remember looking at just following your journey. You were on the road for a little bit, right? Tattooing,
for 2 years,
remotely, just on the go.
Yeah, on the go.
How did that work?
Man, I didn't know how it was gonna go. I thought, I just put everything in one basket, and it was like, if it fails, I'm just gonna figure it out.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure it works.
Right.
So I don't know. It was scary. I was scared, but at the same time, you'll never know unless you do it scared.
Right.
So that's where true courage comes from.
Right.
Do it scared, try it out, and me being on the road. I mean, there's more to it. Like, are we going to talk about like my story? But
yeah.
But just doing something scary.
Putting yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
Right.
You never know until you try it.
Right.
And that's big.
And I'm sure you had a lot of anxiety and a lot of like just
fears. I still get anxiety like all the time. Like I'm still traveling like,
right.
But still like.
How did that work for you? Were you just like going from state to state and just on
literally?
Because following your social media, and that's another thing. You've kind of grown on a social media platform.
Yeah. So
I seen your views and a lot of like people following you. Like, how did that work? You just get in the car and say, "Hey, man, F it, I'm on the road." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna get in my car and figure it out. Is that how it kind of went for you?
Yeah. It was like I didn't really have a game plan of how it's going to work. I just had an idea. I had a vision of like where I saw myself and in 1 year and where I saw myself in the next year. Right. And really it's what I wrote down those nights in my car.
Right.
What I wrote down in my journal and how I kept seeing myself. So every time I kept repeating something over, how you say consistency was big with me. So I kept writing the same thing over and over and over, which made it me believe in myself even more.
Right.
The more I did it, it just started to work regardless.
Right.
Because it's not my plan.
Right.
It's God's plan.
Yeah, right.
So God already has a plan set for me. So I don't question it.
Yeah.
I just let whatever happen. Let God.
Right. Sometimes you didn't think that the outcome was going to come that way, but
man, it's scary.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was just on the go, right? You were just. I mean, how did you set up those type of things? As using social media for people to hit you up?
Social media. Man, to be honest, like social media really put me out there.
Right.
If it wasn't for social media, like the old school ways, like word of mouth, you have to be like a very talented, skilled tattoo artist,
right.
And people spread your name like that. Like this day and age, you don't even need that many followers. You can have 300 followers, and social media will push your content to whoever you push it to, if you do it the right way.
For sure. But
it will reach the right people.
Right.
And it just helped me as I transitioned from shop to another shop to, tattooing everyone on the road.
Right.
Because like, a little secret, ain't no one was traveling the way I was traveling. No one was driving state to state, state to state to state. Everyone was like, either you fly, or you stay in one location, you rent out Airbnb. I wasn't doing that.
You was just driving.
I was in my car.
Hours on the road, huh?
Hours on the road, in my car, sleeping at gas stations, eating gas stations food.
Wow.
And just building connections, because like my this is how I saw it. It's like if I can reach one person in one state and I can reach another person to another state, it's gonna be like spreading.
Right.
Spreading slowly.
Your marketing is just gonna keep like,
bro, I'm killing it, bro.
Right.
I like to say that I'm killing it.
Kudos to you, man. You can see it. It's unfolding, and people are continuing to come to you, right, to get those tattoos. And you made it your business. Being an entrepreneur, I'm sure you consider yourself that. Like, what are some of the things that like you're starting to like keep yourself? Because now you kind of been through the grind, right? You saw, living in your car, traveling. Like, what is that step moved you into now? Like, you're in a shop now.
So.
Like, where's your hustle at now?
Now, really, right now, I'm building system. I'm trying to, okay. So I have the gears. The gears are moving, but now I'm just trying to build the right parts that belongs at certain parts.
Right.
I'm trying to take away things that doesn't need to be there.
Right.
To streamline the process.
Right.
To scale the process.
For sure.
So the system is what I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
I don't have it all figured out, but it's just like me traveling on the road.
You're gonna figure it out, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And you're going in the right direction. And I want to hit on that, man, because I feel like, let me talk about this, man, because I feel like you hit on something. Like I really, there's things that I've done in my life, man. Like there's things that I've done in my life that I didn't necessarily think that I knew where I was going with it. Or I knew that, hey, I wanted to get into something, or I knew that maybe I was good at it, right? But I didn't necessarily see the end game or the light, right? The end of the tunnel. And I feel like it's super important for you to take those type of like long shots or take those gambles in life if you have a support system, right? And you could, and I feel like it's harder when you don't have a support system. It becomes a longer journey. It becomes tougher to compartmentalize. It becomes tougher to like figure out how am I going to like continue on this when I don't even have any support, right? But I feel like you said consistency is key, and if you just keep grinding it out, something's going to happen, right? Yeah. And you've seen it, right? With your journey, right? And so I wanted to hit on that, man. I feel that's just super important. For anybody that's trying to do anything, right? Tattooing, whatever. So
I think just going off of that, like there's like three keys how I see it. So one of them is like consistency. The next thing is but if.
Come on.
You know, having a pocket full of but if.
Right.
You know what that is. But if I can do this. But if I could
okay.
Yeah, forget all that.
Right.
I didn't want to be in that position.
Put you in doubt.
Hesitation, all of that. I didn't want to be in that position.
I like that, man. But if.
Yeah. Pocket full of but if.
Right.
And then the last thing is just like, just being broke did something to me. Like being at the bottom, losing everything. Imagine having your family gone. Like you said, you were talking about support system. My story was kind of at the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. Like I lost my family. I used to own a shop. Lost a shop. I burned out all my savings into that shop. So business failed, family was gone, and I'm stuck trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
Right.
And just trying to figure out where I'm going led me back to tattoos. Here's the story. So
right.
Buckle up. So.
You good? Yeah, I got you.
I was working for a job. They were paying me pretty good money. I was getting salary.
Right.
At the same time, I was going through relationship problems. I was losing my family. I was losing my shop, right. And I was working part-time fixing printers. I couldn't manage the shop. Had to work at a part-time to pay the shop. The shop wasn't making any money. I was selling skateboards.
Oh, wow.
I was going to skate meetings. I was pushing myself in front of skaters, but it's kind of different. Like,
right.
I didn't get to sell my first board until like 6 months.
Oh, wow.
But 6 months doesn't pay the bill.
Right.
So, close the shop, and here I am working at a job. Sucks. Didn't like it.
Right.
So I took one month off, took a vacation to Kansas City.
Okay.
So, new life, different city.
Brand new start.
Sort of, kind of. I was just trying to get away, you know?
Right. Take your mind off of it.
Take my mind off of, like, what I was going through. And I had my last day in Kansas City. I had to go back to work.
Right.
And I kid you not, like, I had a phone call. And I don't know if you ever heard of them, but I got a phone call from Shark of the Pacific.
Okay.
That was my mentor who taught me how to do tattoos. But he called my phone, and they pretty much just told me, "Hey, are you still interested in doing tattoos?"
Right.
And I was like, "I'm not gonna miss this chance."
Right.
Yeah, I'm interested. And he was like, "Cool. Show up Monday."
Right.
He's in Washington.
Wow. Wow.
Seattle. I'm here in Casey.
Oh, wow.
And I had the choice.
Right. One in a lifetime chance sometimes, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Go to Seattle or lose my job.
Right.
That job was paying me well. I was traveling, free hotels, free food,
Oh, shoot.
but I hated it.
Yeah.
So
You knew where your heart was.
I knew where my heart was,
Right.
but I was scared because I had bills. You know, I had bills. I was like, I was down the hole because my business was out, and I had to pay out my debts.
For sure.
I told him I'll be there.
Wow.
So the very next day, I packed all my stuff.
Right.
Packed everything, put it into the back of my trunk, my 2010 Toyota Yaris, and I just drove to Seattle.
Drove up to say, wow.
No, I mean, I didn't know anyone out there. I didn't have friends. I didn't have family.
Right.
I didn't even have a place to stay. This is the beginning of my 2-year journey of me
wow.
traveling. And so, was it scary? Yes.
Right.
Did I get a lot out of it? Hell yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah. I
It
did.
set you where you're at now,
man,
right?
I don't regret anything I've done. Man, I loved every moment. Even if I didn't have it in front of me, I did so much.
Right.
Because I took that leap, that jump,
For sure.
What's on the other side? Is the grass really green on the other side?
Right.
So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful journey discovering who I am.
Right.
Because, I'm still learning who I am.
Yeah. I think we all are.
Yeah,
We all are,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, we all are still trying to figure out who we are. And sometimes it's better to leave the nest,
Right.
to leave home and to rediscover who you really are. So I think that they say that in the Bible.
Right.
But I'm not a big church guy, but
Right. No,
it's in there.
and I feel like you hit on some good points, man. Like that's hard for some people to do, right? And some people in life will never, I guess, experience that.
Yeah.
Do you have to necessarily know? But anybody who's been through that journey in any aspect in their life, it's a beautiful thing once you start to come out the other end and finally really find the full potential of who you really are.
Yeah.
Some people in life may coast, but to find your full potential of what you are, who you can be as a person, your personality, your thoughts, those things are beautiful once you start to figure that out, and especially the talent, man. So yeah, man, I love that. I love your story about that. Now that you're where you're at now, what's your drive? How are you driving yourself? You talked about being broke, right? I feel that. I feel like whatever motivates us, especially like when we have less is more, when they say that, it truly is. Like when you don't have enough or you have the bare minimum, you're forced to move yourself into a thought process of like, hey, I can do these hard things. I can operate this way. I didn't think I could, but I can, because that's just the human mind. We can do it. We just have to position ourselves to do it. So like for you, how do you keep that like mental thought process of like, now that you're not struggling anymore, right? You're doing good. You're an entrepreneur. But what keeps to motivate you?
Oh man, to be honest, man, I'm gonna be real. Motivation comes and go. Like there's a lot of days I wake up, I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of days like that. I have a lot of days where motivation isn't pushing me enough, but it isn't motivation. It's
Right.
That's not what made me who I was. It's the small little habits that I created. I mean, I didn't know that was a thing. I just kept the same habits and used those habits to push myself even further. Like I wrote down in my journal where I wanted to be,
Right.
who I wanted to be, like I wrote down I'm going to pay off all my debts.
Nice.
I wrote down every morning, 4 a.m, before anyone would wake up. Look, I'm at the time I'm sleeping in my car. I'm parked right outside an apartment complex where security will kick me out.
Right.
So I had to wake up.
Right.
I had to wake up early. I had to be gone before anyone sees me there.
For sure.
So
yeah, man, write that down, man. Make sure y'all pay your debts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pay all your debts.
Right. Pay them college debts out, man. Because Biden ain't gonna pay all of them.
Yeah. So I did all that. I was writing down what I needed to do, who I saw myself, and those habits just carried over. And now that I'm seeing like my debts are paid, I finally have a roof over my head. I'm finally starting to see my family again.
Right.
I don't want to lose that. I don't want to go back to where I was. So now those habits are now new ceilings for me.
No, for sure.
So now I'm writing, okay, what's the next step? Build better systems, be the best father I can be.
Right.
Be the best friend, be the best brother I can be. You know, there's never, oh, I hit a goal and that's it.
Right.
Motivation, game over.
Try to be the best version of yourself.
Always try to be the best.
No, for
Like,
sure.
it sounds very cliche, but
No,
man,
and you know, I love that, man, because we all at some point have never reached the top, man. You know what I mean? Like we're always trying to be a better version of ourselves. I love the fact that the family aspect of it, being a good friend, a good father, a good, you know, husband, whatever that is. But like this time in society, it's we live in a very precarious time, right? Or we live in this time where it's like, wow, I can't believe I made it to this part, right? Like all the youngsters that are in society now, they're living through it. Like if you've lived here in the last 10, 15, 20 years and seen the change in society, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, and that's why I asked you like earlier, I feel like in our culture, there's a lot that we understand. We've lived enough in this time. Our parents, our first generation, you know, we've seen and experienced the respect of things. I wanted to pick your brain. Like, I feel like things are different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you seeing? Like, I feel for myself is like, man, like, are we crossing boundaries? Are we going over, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a good and a bad thing, right?
Man, this is a big topic. First, I do want to say, man, growing up here in the States, I was the minority of the minority.
No,
so you didn't know what a Micronesian, let alone a Pacific Islander.
Right. They think you're Mexican. Right.
For me, Asian. And they made me fill out Scantron sheets. What's your ethnicity? They did not have Pacific Islanders.
Right.
So now that we're 2025 and Moana, now we got movies.
Right.
Now people see there's more the island. There's Islanders,
Social
Pacific,
media, everything,
Asian Pacific Islander month, which is great. And I love that. As far as like the difference between like our generations and growing up, man, my mom, my dad would whoop my ass.
Right.
Like, and
you're not the only one.
No, yeah, for real. It's like they would whoop my ass, and like I gotta be like this. Like my mom do, like look at me, this.
I mean, do you think we could still do that now? I know the laws have changed, right? We're regulated now, but I don't know, man. I feel like some of these youngsters now, I'm just watching, like even with my kids, sometimes I'm just like, we just can't operate like we used to. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's like I feel like I'm just gonna go off of my opinion.
Right.
There could be changes.
No, for sure.
I'm a big person of change. I don't think whooping should stop. I think there's a better way of like, you know, talking to your kids.
Right.
Instead of like intimidating, reinforce that with love and encouragement instead of bringing shame. Like, oh, like when you compare one child to, oh, your cousin is like this.
Right.
Instead of making them feel shameful about themselves.
Right.
Bring that encouragement and pull that conversation to a different direction.
No, for sure.
I think our parents had a different generation. So we're the next generation up. So we are the next leaders, you know, the ones who's going to guide the next one.
For sure.
Spark that next fire, you know.
Right. restrictions are important too. I think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me your phone, right? I mean, they might not like it, but I mean, there's other ways. I feel like, yeah, restrictions. But I think that what you have to do is you have to commit to something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it comes to something like that, you know, even whether there's a Polynesian or the Tongan way, like raising the hand was always, you know, the result at times. Yeah. But like,
man, I think like, don't get me wrong. Like, I grew up. My dad wasn't the type to say, "I love you, son."
Right.
You know.
Oh no, for sure.
It was hard love. Like,
yeah.
There was no, here's $5, enjoy
right.
yourself. You know, it was like, figure out how to make the money. Figure out how to do this. Like, and I'm grateful for that.
Right.
I'm grateful for that because it taught me how to be independent. You know, how to figure things out. Because in the real world, you just gotta figure things out.
No, and there's like they say, a dog world.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
What you said about that is what I love, and I think that we have to figure that out. I wish that we can get back to that thinking. What it did for us, what you referenced, that tough love, is it made us mentally tough. Mm-hmm. Maybe whether we were physically like reprimanded or whatever, you know, disciplined, physically disciplined, the mental toughness, right? Of earning something, or hey, you're gonna have to go get your hands dirty, or I'm not gonna do it for you. The accountability and just that mental toughness is what like we lose today. I feel like what I see out in society is we're not mentally tough or equipped in our minds sometimes to problem solve.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And maybe you see something different. I feel like we don't have those thought process at times to be like, well, what do I do next, right? And I feel like being that what was instilled in us made us mentally tough. We're able to like figure out what's in the world today. And me having a daughter and sons, that's what I try to instill in them. I just can't do it the same way. And I don't think that I have to, like you said, times have changed. Do we need to beat information into our kids? I don't think so, right? But there are times where it's like, okay, y'all crossed the line a little too much, right? And that's where we got to be a little bit stern with them. So, no, I appreciate you talking on that, man. That's a great thing. I wanted to ask you, pick your brain. You know, you were talking about and referencing about just some of the struggles you had during your journey in tattooing and traveling on the road. But not only that part, right? Because that can at some times breed anxiety and things like that. But like, I wanted to ask you, like, what's your experience with kind of just the struggles of just your mindset and struggles, mental health, just the things that you struggle with, and, you know, stuff like that. I mean, what's been your experience with that?
So when I finally make that decision to move to Seattle,
right?
You know, everything I learned, amazing. But like what people don't know about me, it was behind the scenes. Like, when you go to learn tattoos, or especially being an apprentice, you go through the apprenticeship.
Right.
You're not making money.
Right.
So you're doing it for free.
Right.
So I'm doing an apprenticeship, and just like anyone else whoever's been through like a tattoo apprenticeship, you're literally back to ground zero. No money. You're scrubbing toilets, Windexing windows.
Right.
You're scrubbing floors, and you do it with a smile.
Yeah.
Do it with a smile on your face, and you'll love it.
Right.
Love to be there, and I did. And I appreciate every moment. I loved every moment. But it's gonna get to a point where I need to make money.
Yeah.
How am I gonna make money?
Right.
So what eventually happens is like I'll go to the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
I'll do my apprenticeship duties. I'll watch and learn, and after 6 p.m. I have to work part-time. So I worked at several jobs. I worked at Walmart. Walmart was one of the first ones.
Right.
I was working third shift at Walmart.
So you were really in an apprenticeship, huh?
Yeah, I was doing an apprenticeship.
Doing stuff around the shop while they're tattooing, and that's how you got it. Wow. That's crazy.
I stand the whole shift. I'll stand behind someone. I'm watching. I'm learning. I'm absorbing as much as I can.
Right.
After standing for like 6-7 hours, hop off, go to my next job, go to Walmart. We're working third shift.
Yeah.
So I'm cap 3. I don't. People don't know Walmart. So
Right.
I'm working Walmart. I'll work through the whole shift, 7 in the morning. I'm tired. I've been up for 16, 17 hours.
Wow. Right.
So me in my car, and I just, once I get in that parking lot, I just black out. I park my car, or I'm inside my car, and I just pass out. I mean, I have my blinds, my front blind.
Right.
So no one can really tell. No one really knew, because I'm always there like for 3 hours. So I'm sleeping for 3 hours in Walmart. So I'll sleep for 3 hours, and what wakes me up will be the sun. It'll be hot.
Right.
I posted a video of me sweating in my car. There's no AC, so it'll be hot. And this is happening for months, and I'm doing this every single day.
Right.
It gets to a point where you're just like starting to doubt yourself, you know?
Right.
You're starting to wonder, like, is this
really what I want to do?
Is this what I really want to do? Like,
Right.
you want a tattoo? Like, I'm scrubbing toilets. Like, is this what you really want to do? And, you know, when I speak about my family, I'm talking about my kids.
Right.
My kids, I can't provide for them. So it kind of hits me harder.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of nights where I'm in my car alone. I've been 2 Christmases, 2 Thanksgiving, 2 Halloweens without my kids. So I'm in the car alone wondering, man, am I a good father? Am I a good person? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And you know, it kind of makes a person feel some type of way.
Right.
So when I say dig deep, I was really digging. I was thinking for answers.
Right.
And
Those mental struggles, right?
mental struggle. And you know, the thing about it is, imagine laying down in the car at night and you're just looking at the ceiling, the roof of your car, and there's nothing else but you alone in your thoughts. I was alone with my thoughts for like 2 years.
Wow.
Just.
But it made you think really about who you are, right? Who you are, what you really want to do as a person, right?
It made me. It really given me a purpose,
Right.
a drive, a reason, that I was gonna make it out.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna just let this stop me.
Right.
I wanted this,
Right.
and I wanted it badly. I wanted enough, and I can see myself where I'm going. So I'm gonna just keep to it.
Yeah. Keep it consistent, right?
Consistent
Right.
every day, same thing, boring tasks, doing the same job. You know, a lot of times when I'm working the jobs, I don't make enough to even cover my food. So I'll Uber.
Wow.
So for 2 hours in between, I finish the tattoo shop. I'll go Uber for 2 hours and then go to Walmart at 10:30 p.m. Sometimes Uber hits and I make enough to buy a hot dog.
Right.
And then if it doesn't hit, I don't have money for food.
Right.
So you really gotta dig. And
Right.
so for me, it was heavy in my mind, heavy on my thoughts, heavy on my mental.
Right.
But what helped me was there's this part of Washington I always retreat to. It's it's in Birmingham, for anyone who knows Birmingham.
Right.
There's this parts where you're next to the waters,
Okay.
next to the shoreline. So I'll just park there and I'll sit.
And
then
contemplate.
I'll contemplate and I'll let I don't know what it is, the ocean just.
Right. Pull into your aura, right? Yeah.
So, and I'm praying. I'm praying and asking God, like, if this is where I'm gonna be, if this is the path, let me just show me the way.
Right. give you some.
I don't have the answers. You know all the answers.
Right.
So, I mean, really, that's what really helped me a lot.
Right, through your struggles or whatever.
Those nights.
Yeah, I love that, man, because you know I don't know, man. It's a tough thing. Like, how do we get through? What we talked about earlier, how times have changed, right? I feel like with social media or just society in general, it's about go, go, go. What is the relevancy of the moment, or are we aware of what's going on, right? Like, we're so caught up in what's going on in society. And cliche as it is, in social media and our resources and phones, but like you said, can you ever think, or can anybody in this time and age in society, what we go through, take a minute to think about, hey man, have I ever looked at the ceiling of my car, you know what I mean, laid there, or sat in front of the ocean and actually thought about, hey man, what is my purpose? You know what I mean? Do we really know our purpose? But that's for us to figure out, and when we find that, it's a beautiful thing. But like, yeah, I feel like I just seen enough, and listening to you, man, it's like, if everybody in life is able to get to that point or experience that, you know what I mean? Like, it's very surreal and eye-opening, right? I think society tells us what we should do and where we should go, right? Everything is mapped out for us. We have apps, you know, we have resources. You go here, you go there. But like, do you truly know where you're going, right?
I feel like, you know, when it comes to apps, you know, people are going to look at apps or go through Instagram, TikTok, and they're going to compare themselves to what they see,
right,
on social media, and it's going to happen. Like, everyone does it,
right?
But it really comes down to, you know, if you are in a position where that, you know, I'm not going to doom scroll. I'm not going to look at someone else and
right.
compare their life. I'm going to look at my life,
right,
and find something that I can improve on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I was blessed to find my calling and what I want to do, find my talent. And art, I love art.
right.
You know, I was blessed to have that as early as, you know, just finding it out. A lot of people don't know what they want in life.
No, for sure.
A lot of people just live life, and it will come to me. I'll just let it happen.
I'm just following directions.
I'm just let it happen. Yeah. But it doesn't really work like that. You have to apply yourself into everything.
Right.
And when you know your calling, it's not going to be like in front of you.
Right.
It's going to be like a whisper. It's going to be like the whisper behind your ears, like, hey, this is the third time I showed you about tattoos.
Right.
Do tattoos. Oh my gosh.
Right.
You're right. I'm gonna do tattoos. So
right.
It's like a whisper. It's gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I think that you hit on something, man. Like, people, I'm not saying that it's not good to go work hard. Go put it 8, 10, 12 hours. Businesses, corporations, they love that, right? But I feel that if we can figure out individually what we are good at, and when it comes to time versus skill, you know, and I've heard this before and been mentored, skill outscores time 100%. And people would think, what? But time is valuable, right? Like, you only have so much time.
I think, like, the saying goes, how much time can be spent?
Right.
But really, how much can you spend on time?
Right.
That's like a lot of people that mix like the two different.
No, for sure.
You want to use money to buy you more time.
Exactly. Yeah. But the value, if you can figure out how valued you are, whether it's skill, whether you acquire a skill like tattooing, that's something that not only that everybody can do, or the way that you tattoo, and because you have that skill, or whatever it is, right? Maybe in podcasting, right? But because you have that skill, you have a talent that you don't necessarily have to take as much time to do, and you're able to, like.
Can I just say?
For sure.
Man, I'm still a baby when it comes to tattoo. I'm still learning. I'm still a sponge to tattoo game. Like,
yeah, right.
Shout outs to like all the big tattoo shops, especially to the shops like in Frost City.
Yeah, right.
Who like, in my personal opinion, I think they're making the biggest moves in the industry. So I have a high respect for them.
Oh yeah, shout out to Fred Frost and everybody
Frost,
at the
all
shop.
of them at the shop. Like I really, man, just watching their work and like just trying to learn. Like, okay, let me just take my time and just really enjoy the process. You know,
Right.
And even the people in Vegas, a lot of heavy hitters in Vegas, heavy hitters Utah, heavy hitters in Washington. So like I'm still a baby. I'm still learning. So yeah, that's how I see myself.
No, for sure, and this is what it's all about. I've had some experiences going out and with content creating and what you do on your social media, right, and what I do, right. We've crossed paths and we're able to get together, but that hits on one thing. You are doing what you're doing. You're starting in your journey. You've been in a journey now. You're still establishing, but this is what it's about, man. Like when I was new in this game of like social media and content, like just because it's not your content doesn't mean that it's not content that can help you network. Right? I used to think, oh well, why do I need to be interested in tattooing or talk to people that tattoo? Or vice versa, whatever it might be. But then I come to find out, man, I find myself getting tattooed by somebody, right? Right?
Man.
So, but you get what I'm saying? Because I start to understand as you grow in this game, whether it's a specific skill you get or in content creating or podcasting, you gotta network. Networking is what it's about.
To like speaking about networking, so I had, when I first started, I was 300 followers.
Right.
300 followers. You know, I'm just on social media. I was like, I didn't know. And then I had a friend come up to me and he was like, he didn't come up to me. He had paint all over his pants. I'm like,
Oh wow.
you're an artist? And he's like, yeah, I'm an artist. I do painting. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I do underground art shows. I go here, You want to come check it out? I said, yeah, heck.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, I'm an art guy. I like going to art museums, exhibits. I love
You
anything
appreciate art,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. But yeah, he started taking me to shows, and when it comes to like networking, that's how I learned about networking.
Right.
I was working with other artists. I was trying to figure out who they were talking to,
Yeah.
and I would just go to every booth. Oh, you talking to this person? And that took me out of my comfort zone. 'Cause
Right.
I'm nervous. I'm around a crowd I don't even know. I
Yeah.
don't know these people. It's underground, we're underneath a basement,
Right.
and everyone's trying to make a name for themselves. So I'm like going to every person. Yeah, my name is da. My name is da.
Yeah.
No one knew Rexy,
Right.
but I believe like Rexy was something.
Right.
I believe Rexy's gonna be something. 300 followers, it's cool. I'm Rexy. 100 followers, 100,000 followers.
Right.
That's how I thought of myself. Oh yeah, da. So networking was very key because it led me. This is North Carolina.
Right.
So it led me to people who were connected to the city, people with the keys to the city, people who were
Right.
connected to the news. So when I saw that, it just opened my mind even
Right.
more. And
You're not thinking in your box, right?
so
Yeah,
I
right.
was spreading out, and I was open. I was allowing myself to be open.
For sure.
So yeah, networking is big. It's key.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the fastest way to grow. Like
No, for sure. And you got to be open to it, right? And that's what I was talking about. Like when I thought I needed to restrict myself to certain things, but I learned, man, you got to be open to everything.
Yeah.
And networking, whoever it is, like I love how you said about keys, just people in the city that are important. This is kind of how I do it here too, like just opening up to content creators and people
so me
that
being here with you, man, that's big.
people with food, foodies and all that. No, it's great, man. We'll continue to do things, but no, I love it. Like speaking a little bit about your content, like I see you've been doing things like you're here in KC, right? You got some connections here in KC. We'll continue to stay together on that. But so now that we're connected, but I've seen you like out in the city, like with the Micronesian community. You do a lot of tournaments that are up here. That softball tournament, right?
Yeah.
So you're up there. I love how you approach people, and man, and the young group, man, the youth are really around you, man. The youngsters, like
Man, I know what it is.
they're really digging you, man.
It
So
is. It's,
I love it, right? But
I mean, like, the tournaments. I'll tell you this: The first seminar I went to,
Right.
no one knew who I was.
Right.
Nobody knew who I was. I made it a purpose. The following year, they're not just gonna call me, oh, that's that tattoo guy.
Right.
Now they're gonna call him Rexy. That's Rexy. So the following year, I smashed that goal. Bro, you wouldn't even realize, like, I couldn't even take five steps in front of me without someone, Rexy, Rexy, oh my gosh, you know?
Right.
And it's a surreal moment when your community reciprocates those many nights you were alone, because I was alone all those nights, and now I'm very appreciative of what's in front of me.
No, for sure.
So I don't take anything away. Like,
I love how you do it too, man. Like, and that's become like a statement, right? A staple. Like, I love how you pull up on people and they're like, "Hey, man, would you get a tattoo by Rexy?" You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the statement now. Like, you know, when you do your content, I love it. People pull up on people, so I love that. And you know, that's how you build that statement about who you are, and they know who you are now. Like, so people go around, so hey, you see Rexy? Yeah, you be tattooed by Rexy? Yeah. So I love it, man. That's just like your statement. I feel like with content, you just have to be creative. I love how you do some of your content. Shout out to, he couldn't be with us today, but shout out to Ryan the Barber. You know, he's another one. I know he's on his content creator journey, but I love what he's doing. And that's just where I continue to try to network and study. But we'll have him, you know, here on the episode soon. But I love how, like, this community of content creators, whether we're islanders or not, it's a beautiful thing. And the fact that, man, you're in North Carolina, I follow you, and some people know you, like in my colleagues. Love the shout out to all my Micronesians, you know, and on the Micronesian community. But this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about. It's all about networking and building, bridging gaps, you know, building bridges between both of our cultures. As we go to close, you know, final thoughts, like with you, Rexy, like what are some visions, what are some advice you have for your followers, for your community? What are some of the things that you got, final thoughts here?
For those who want to do content creating, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to post. Just post. You don't have to be too creative. You don't have to do any fancy. Just put a camera in front of you, document, record yourself, and get comfortable being in front of a camera. And just, you know, you gotta love your content. Just love your social media, and just love yourself. Be comfortable with yourself.
Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah. No, I love it, man. Just watching you grow the last year or so, I've been following you. Yeah. Where you at now? Where you now on Instagram?
I'm like 16.5.
Yeah, 65. That's 65, my man.
Yeah.
You get some gratification, man. I try not to get into the likes and the follows, but I mean that's kind of the game we're in, right?
I mean, it's not about that. Nah.
No, it's not. But it's great. You know, whatever our followers are, I love everybody that follows and supports. But like I think that, like, the validation or just paying off of what you're doing kind of supports that. But no, it's really about just the relationships. I will tell you this, like you said, like taking a step out, and I would never thought in the 2 years I've been doing this now, I would have ever been on social media. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Like, would you ever thought you'd be somewhat of an influencer in the Micronesian community? You know what I mean? Like, you are actually, like, I don't know. I'm still opening to the Micronesian community and what's out there. I know that there's a micro podcast that's out there too. Yeah. I've been following them a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like what they kind of do too. Micro podcast. But with you and Ryan the Barber and a couple other people I'm starting to learn about, I feel like, man, it's a small community, but you guys are kind of the staple of, like, content creating and influencers of your community. So let's go, right? And you're the trendsetters of that, right? Your kids, my kids, later on, whoever the next generation of Michael, they'll be talking about Rexy and talking about Ryan the Barber and all these other influencers. But this is what it's all about. I love the content, man. Thank you for coming on today. It's been great. We talked great things about stuff, man. Shout out to KC Podcast and Company, Dylan on the 1 and 2s.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yes, sir. Follow my man Rexy. Go on Instagram. He's on Instagram, XOREXII Tattoos. Follow KC Podcast and Company, and follow your boy Vaka's Corner. Appreciate you coming on today, man. Thank you for everything, man. Appreciate everything that coming on. Till next time, man. We're out.